Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Fiendish Friday. Yes, folks, that is it. TGIF, it is finally Fiendish Friday. Yes, yes, yes. First and foremost, I do hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that wonderful stuff because life's too short. Hopefully you get to watch some great movies over the weekend or binge watch some series. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing all your new faces around here. I see them up over that 270 marker finally, which is really nice to see it up over that. Maybe by winter time we can get up to 300. Fingers crossed. So do share my stuff with anyone that you think would be into my channel. That would be much appreciated. And do always look in the description box for more information on the film of the day. Today's there is the brief synopsis, your starring cast, your director, the runtime of the cut I am watching, some trivia if I have anything special on there. Which this one I did have a couple of things on there, but we'll talk about that later, and then a link for a trailer or a scene. This one, it is definitely a trailer. This one is a very easily found film, and it as it should be. It's one that I feel like most people should see this one if you're a fan of 80s slasher films or just 80s horror films in general. This is definitely, I feel like it should be a staple. This is my level. This is my kind of movie right here. Now, this is none other than the Funhouse. Yes, 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 folks. This is that sweet Scream Factory release that they did, the Blu-ray collector's edition. This is a standard issue pressed Blu-ray. Let me open that up for you. Yeah, standard issue pressed Blu-ray, no DVD. It does have reversible cover artwork. I am going with the old artwork on the inside, and we got on the reversible artwork. Woo, we got away from me there. The newly commissioned artwork, which I have the slipcover for it, so I'm not going to... I always do the old artwork on the inside. That's just how I roll. I'm nostalgic like that. It's just how I roll, baby. Come on, get in there. Whoop. Alright, now back to there. Right. Now, like I said, this is the Scream Factory release. It does have a few special features on here. You do have a director's commentary from Tobe Hooper, and it is moderated by filmmaker Tim Sullivan, which I think Tim Sullivan, yes. Yeah, which you guys should know him. He's done a bunch of stuff in the horror community. We got interview with executive producer, your composer, an audio guy, and there's also a interview with the guy that plays the carnival barker, which is very, very, very cool, informative, fun little interview. I liked everything in the special features. I checked everything out today before I started the review. There is some fun little trivia that you get in there that I feel like that you need to watch it to really grasp all of it, because there is so much going on, and they talk about what it was like to work with Tobe and on the whole experience and everything like that. It's just top notch. It's the bee's knees. And if you can't hear, my dog is next to me yet again snoring. I'm gonna poke him this time. Hey, stop snoring. Oh, that boy. I love him, though. Alright, so back to this one. This one came out in 1981, so 39 years ago. This is starring Elizabeth Berridge, Cooper Huckabee, Miles Chapman, Sylvia Miles, William Finley, and Kevin Conway. And this is directed by none other than the late, great Tobe Hooper, who you guys should know him most from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Poltergeist, Eaten Alive, his later career with like Mortuary, which I'm not sure how I feel about that one. That's one of those. It's really weird. The ending of it, I think, is kind of wonky. I don't like the ending. And then he did the Toolbox Murders Redux, which is okay. You know, it is what it is. It definitely can't hold a can't hold anything to the original Toolbox Murders starring Cameron Mitchell. Now, if you guys have not seen that, definitely check out the Toolbox Murders from the 70s. That movie is so dope. It is one of my favorite out of the I put it in the top 10 of my favorite UK BBFC video nasties list would be that one. Which I think this one made the video nasties as well, if memory serves me. I think it made it on the section 3. Why and how, I don't remember. I think they just had a hard-on for Tobe Hooper because of Chainsaw Massacre and Eaten Alive. They thought automatically that everything that he did deserved to be ridiculed and not within the public eye. It definitely is something that he feels like they felt like his film should not be seen. He was a terrible filmmaker, one of those kind of ordeals. I find that completely absurd because I'm a huge fan of Tobe Hooper. Another one I really like is that people don't really talk about enough is Spontaneous Combustion. That's a fun one. Stars Dorff, dude that plays Chucky, but it stars him, and he is very, very good at Stephen Dorff. He is very good, and I always mix up Stephen and Brad, the names on that, even though they're nowhere near alike as far as actor-wise and talent and how they look. You know, they're nothing alike. But I mix up their first names all the damn time. I don't know why. Anyways, now what is this movie about exactly? It is about this girl. She is going out on her first date with this other guy named what is his name? Buzz. And Buzz is kind of a buff, ripped up fellow. Woo! Anyways, she's going out with Buzz for their first date. They're going to go meet up with their friends Liz and Richie, and at the local carnival that is in town for however long it is, the weekend, whatever, whatnot. They don't, the local carnival that is in town currently. But the father of our main girl warns her, don't go to that carnival. Somebody died there last year. I don't want you to go around there. There's nothing but bad people around that carnival and attached to it. I just don't want you anywhere near it. Of course, she goes against her father's wishes and decides, oh, hey, let's go to the carnival. And then, so they go to the carnival and have a fun little night. They stuff like they go through peeking into the dancing girl show. They go in through the Funhouse. They decide they're going to sneak into the Funhouse after hours and fool around inside there, which they do. They get in there, they sneak around, and they happen to witness the man here with the Frankenstein's creature mask. He is our main baddie of the film. He is the muscle of it, and his Barker here is his father. So they're a father and son duo. Quit snoring, buddy. You're being really loud and obnoxious right now. No, you're not being obnoxious, but you're being loud. But anyways, they witness the son trying to pay off this like a gypsy type woman she's one that does your fortune telling, and she has the magic crystal ball and things like that, which there's a funny little scene where the main girl goes to get her fortune told while the others are sitting there watching and waiting and laughing, listening to every word that our gypsy woman is telling them. But the son is paying the gypsy woman to, hey, you need to stop. You're shaking stuff now. Silly boy. But he is trying to pay the gypsy woman to have sex with him. They strike up a bargain. Eventually, it comes down to $100. Which is, there's a whole thing where later on where the carnival barker's like, I could have got you one of the dancing girls behind the tent for 15, 100 for that old gypsy woman, something like that. He goes on about, but that's kind of funny. But they witness her get accidentally murdered by the son, which there's like it basically is because when they start to have coitus, he finishes rather quickly, and she makes fun of him a little bit about it, and he I think he wants to do a little more get a little more bang out of his buck, one of those kind of ordeals, and she is not down with it. And there's like a little struggle, and she gets electrocuted on this fuse box, and down she goes. They witness the whole thing. They freak out. The carnival barker comes in and helps his son. They don't know he's up there yet, but they happen to, while the son was off getting the carnival barker, one of our idiot people, Richie is his name. Richie decides he's going to steal all this money from the Funhouse. Bad idea. You never steal from carnies. You don't want to do bad things to carnies, because they could be bad. They're like gypsies, yo. They're vagabonds. But anyways, so they get trapped inside this fun house, and eventually the Barker and the son figure out that they're in there. They find out about them being in there because the one that stole the money happens to drop they're bent over looking through the floorboards, and out of his pocket drops his lighter, and it hits the floor, blah, blah, blah. Then they know that there's other people in there. So then we have our standard stock and slash for the rest of the film. Our ending is a very, very it's got a nice little set of some nice action going to it. Nice little coup de grace showdown between the Barker, because you got to deal with both the Barker and the son. They both go down separately. Obviously, they don't go down together. That would be too easy or too quick of an ending to do for anything. You got to get more bang for your buck. But Now, as far as any kind of weird scenes go in this movie, there's our main girl. Her brother is this little twerpy kid that pulls pranks on her, and it starts out with like one of the first pranks you see. He sneaks into the bathroom while she's taking a shower. And he like pretend like he has a mask on and everything, and he pretends like he's gonna stab her with this knife, and there's a little struggle, and then you find out the knife is rubber, and blah blah blah. You find out it's her brother, and it's really kind of awkward because she's asshole naked, and it's like, I don't want to be in the same room with my siblings naked. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go sneak up on him in the shower and scare him. Especially if I'm like, because he looked like he was probably like 10, 9, 10, 11-ish, around that age. And she's like, she's supposed to be a high school girl, 16, 17-ish, 18-ish, right around in that age range. So it's kind of weird, in my opinion. That scene always caught me off by surprise, as awkward. What other weird scenes? There's a fun scene like that involves the son, and it involves Liz. She has fallen through the floorboards of this like spot in the fun house where it's like a trapdoor type thing, and she is stuck down in this little like air duct like shaft type looking thing, and down eventually comes the son, And she's doing all this like, oh, hey, I can just make you feel good. Please just let me go. I won't tell no one. Doing everything she can to plead with this guy. He comes up on her and he's kind of feeling her up and he's all like awkward about it. And then she ends up stabbing him in the back, literally and figuratively. And he freaks out, blah, 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 and you know what happens next. Very funny. Very funny scene. Now, another funny thing that I thought was interesting was how the Barker explained how they were going to get away with the gypsy woman's death that the son did earlier on in the movie, which is the reason why basically got everything going on in this movie. He says he's going to just take her out into somewhere in the town and just drop her off, and then they're leaving in the morning anyways, so they'll just claim she was missing, and then they'll blame it on the town folk, and that's exactly what he said, something along those lines, like, wow, you're gonna, so that life is that cheap when it comes to the carnival folks, I mean, it's kind of carnival folks, scary folks in movies, that's for sure. I met some carnies in my life and they're not all that bad, but then I've met a few where I'm like, I don't trust you, suck-a-fish. Anyways, as far as any kind of ratings go with this, on a technical side, this thing's probably like a 3 out of 5. It's middle of the road. It does have some fun camera angles in it. The acting is so good in it. As far as your carnival workers, each and every one of the carnival workers are great. The quadro, not the trio, but the two couples. Well, that's essentially what it is two male and female couples. Two couples are their acting is meh. The main girl is definitely the best out of the three. The little boy in the movie, his acting is just annoying as can be. And then the parents of the kids theirs is just kind of mediocre. They seem like parents that are concerned, but not really too concerned, because there's a whole scene where the little peckerhead son that's a little twerp decides he's going to sneak off to this carnival as well, and when he does, he gets stuck there, blah 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 blah. Somehow he passes out, and then these carnival folk come help him, and they call the parents. When the parents show up, the father is the only one that seems to have any kind of concern on his face. The mother's just like, "Oh, poor kid. Oh, yeah. Let's just get him home. Poor kid." She's very nonchalant about it. It's very it's kind of funny and kind of fucked up in the same sense. Like, damn, dude. I mean, like, I know the kid's a little twerp, but you're his parents. You're supposed to have that unconditional love. I mean, come on. Now, as far as entertainment side goes, this thing's a 4 out of 5. It's pretty close to solid when it comes to entertaining, because it's got some great gore. The acting, like I said, is on point. For as far as your baddies go, your carnival folk, you can't get enough of them because they are the most entertaining thing about the entire film. The son character is a little annoying in places because all he does is just like move around and that's a terrible impression of him, but that's pretty much all he does is just like wander around, and then like he'll do like jerky little movements here and there. He's just he's not as intimidating as an adult. I don't find him as intimidating as I did as a kid, even though our main character, like I said, Buzz, is a very, very big. He's a big, buff built guy. Like, he is bigger than most of the actors in the entire movie. He might even be the biggest actor in the entire movie. He might have even been bigger than the son, who is, he's kind of a intimidating stature of his own. Anyways, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hope each and every one of you guys have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you Monday for something. I don't know yet. I know I got one Vinegar Syndrome lined up. I do have an SOV lined up for sure next week. I may do that on Monday. I'm not 100%. It'll be something from sovhorror.com. Yeah, so do tune in for that. I have never been disappointed with anything from them, and I am very happy to check it out. Alright, guys, love your faces, and I'll see you Monday. Wah, wah.